Hello everyone! Welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. This is a special episode about about this game. Since we have finished playing this game, so I have a better idea on how to play this game. We've just finished playing like 88 episodes of this game. So I'm creating this special episode for people, like a beginner's guide in terms of how to play this game. I'm doing this from my personal experience playing this game because when I started this game, it proved to be very hard. Number one is that first, of course, you have, because it's just new, something's totally new to us. And in this case, like in my case, it was very hard for me to play this game because I don't know how the game works, the mechanics of it. And so let us work immediately with with the PS4 D-pad, not D-pad, but the pad that shows the big rectangular PS4 button. It gives us an overview map of the entire game world. So using the left stick, we can move around the game world. And then using the right stick moving forward, we can zoom in and zoom out. Now the whole game map, each sector of the game will have one of these things which they call a forge tower. So these forge towers will light up the whole area, meaning it will open up the map for us players to know the locations or the more minute details of it. These are the location maps. So in the early part of the game, it would be nice to open up the maps by finding these towers, climbing up these towers. Until they're opened up, they look like broken towers in the real world. And once you climb up onto those towers, there will be an anvil in the middle, and then once you pound on them, they become, you set, it's like you have established the map. The other thing is initially is that in Wraith mode, actually our character is a fusion between a human being and a spiritual being. Spiritual being meaning, this is what we're seeing right now. This being is called Celebrimbor. He is an elven elder very long time ago who actually is very powerful and fought Sauron to a standstill. But he was betrayed and he lost the battle, and so now he is in his astral or spiritual form. So in our game, after the introduction, we find out that our character Talion was killed. So his human body merged or fused with Celebrimbor, and then that's why they were. It allows us to play the game. So Talion was able to come back alive. So those are the backgrounds of the case, and then that's why in this case, Celebrimbor brings one facet to the game that makes Talion much stronger. Talion originally is a ranger in this game, so he's pretty good in terms of swords. But Celebrimbor brings another facet that makes our character so much stronger. And if we press on the PS4, we press our options button, the little elongated button, we come to this part. And this is Saurons Army. The first button, pressing X, shows us the Saurons Army. So these armies, all of them, those that are in front are called captains, and then those at the back are called war chiefs. So all the captains will be reporting to some of the war chiefs, and they're connected in this way. And all of them will appear initially as black until we find what do you call this intel to allow us to find out details. Like this, we have gotten an intel, and now we know each captain has specific weaknesses and most of the strengths. So by understanding who we are going up against, the captains are actually the mini bosses in the game, compared to the normal grunt orcs or uruk orcs that we are fighting. So these guys we can see their strengths and weaknesses. While the dark guys, we don't know anything. So those guys that we know where they are located. Like these, we know the green spot there on the mini map on the upper right hand corner. We see the mini map where they are located. So, like the little green things, and this black ones we have no knowledge of. So, and then if we use our L2, we can go skip to the overhead map, and then R2 we go back to Sauron's army. Circle will get us out, and then we go to the runes, weapons runes weapon runes page. In the weapons runes, we have the first set belongs to the sword runes. Pressing R2, we go to the bow runes for the bow, and then for the dagger runes. Actually, Talon's dagger is a sword that is his son's sword that was broken in half, and he's treating it as a dagger. So pressing on the rune will show us we will have 20 slots, a 20 slot space for us to pick runes, or to that's our inventory space for runes. And each rune becomes, or we gather runes by killing captains and war chiefs. And the runes are graded based on common, which are the white, and blue, which is the really rare ones, and then the yellow are the epic or legendary ones. So they go up. The runes themselves go up in levels. Even among the common ones, we start based on the captains we're killing. They drop that kind of runes. Like if they're level 4, they will drop level 4 runes. And so even the blues, so the blues and the yellows are rare and extremely rare, and they become available as depending on what we do, what captains we kill, and depending also on certain conditions. If we mark a captain, or we threaten him, or we put a death threat on him. So if we threaten him, the captain will go up in rank, in difficulty, and therefore the chances of a rarer rune or an epic rune coming, legendary rune dropping becomes more possible. Becomes like the chances grows a little bit higher, and so rare and epic runes come primarily from captains we have made a death threat against, or war chiefs. So the same thing with the knife, the bow. So we have the same kind of runes, and so for the daggers, the same thing. And then on the upgrades, there are two different kinds of upgrades. On the left side are the upgrades for Talion. The red ones, these are upgrades for Talions. On the right side are the upgrades primarily for Celebrimbor, the Wraith, when we are in Wraith form, or even not even in Wraith form. These are the things that become available to us. Now, and then, there are three different, there are three different levels of runes. Now, this is the first tier. This tier is open to us at the start of the game. Then the second tier, third, fourth, and fifth tier. These tiers these are based on, so these tiers are unlocked based on power points. On the upper middle column, we will see next ability points, which has like a bluish green to it, and then you have the next tier lock, which is red power. So the experience points that we earn when we kill orcs, well, anything we kill, or orcs, Uruk orcs, we gain experience points, and they build up into ability points. We need those ability points to buy these things. And then the tiers have to be unlocked by power points, and power points are available only after we kill captains and war chiefs. So so even if we have the ability points by killing a lot of orcs, but if, let's say, assuming if we have not unlocked the tier 2, we cannot buy the skills at these levels. So tier 3 is this one, tier 4, tier 5. So we, by the time we to get to tier 5, we have to kill mostly a lot of the high level captains and war chiefs. The captains, as they grow in the beginning, they only give us very minimum, like 7, 8. We can see from Sauron's army that each captain, like this captain, has a level 10 power. So level 10 says it has that captain is a level power 10. At the beginning of the game, all captains are at level 4. So their level tells us how much power points they will give us. So some of them have, like, this is level 8, that's level 17, this guy is level 9. So towards the end of the game, we will be fighting up against level 20 captains or war chiefs. I think that is the max that we can. That's the max level for captains and war chiefs. So that's one. So killing them will allow us to earn power points to unlock the different tiers. So going back to the weapons, runes, and upgrades. Weapons, runes, and upgrades. So that's for this page. So experience for the ability points, killing captains for the power points. And then the second page would be specific. These are all wraith, so they're blue, so they're wraith. These can only be bought with mirians. Mirians is like the currency, like maybe the spectral currency we earn. So even after finishing the game, I was still unable to unlock three areas, 3 skill points. Look at this. See, it will take like 2,500 to unlock that skill. Early here, there still take a lot of mirians, and mirians are earned by going to the final page of this set. So unlocking the main missions are defined by yellow shields. Then the side missions are defined by all the white stuff. So the critical critical rescue missions, these are the ones that give us, or in my experience, granted me the most mirians. And each mission usually pays between 250 to 450 mirian points. And they also have an attached side mission to this mission, side to the side mission, and it gives like a bonus package. So if you finish the bonus, it gives you an additional 50 mirians. So in total, if we complete all of these missions, it will give us like between 300 to 500 mirians. The later missions will be paying up to 450 plus the additional 50. The early missions are paying 250 mirians plus 50. So 300 to 500 from the early missions all the way to the late missions. All 24 gives us great rewards. And then the other way to earn mirians are also based on the runes that we have. So sometimes we have like duplicate runes. We'll pick up, expect to pick up a lot of different or similar runes. So we can what do you call this? Exchange the duplicate runes for mirians, and each rune will yield 25 mirians. By pressing square and then X, it say at the bottom it says convert it into mirians. So on the square button, so that allows us to convert all the runes that we pick up that we don't need or feel are duplicates of or inferior to what we have. They will convert into mirians. So we've talked with the upgrades. And then in the upgrade side, at the starting mission, uh, there are two key items that I would suggest very strongly that a beginner should purchase. Either this rune, which is impact, this ability, I should say rune, this impact, this ability, or this stun. And the reason is that this game, to in an effort to make this game challenging, and it is very challenging, and that is why I had a difficult time at the start of the game, is that the orcs respawn constantly, especially if there is also a system where an alarm is raised, and then so they constantly overwhelm our hero, and it's very hard to fight them off. So these two abilities, either one is just as good. So this one, there's a timed parry situation here. So the parry will allow, this ability allows the parry to create a temporary knockback or a stun, and so does this one, a stun, so that it will lessen the amount of uruks that are holding, that are that are crowding us, so that it will minimize to a little extent our being overwhelmed immediately. There will always be a lot of uruks, and they will call in a lot of other uruks to join them. So these the abilities that I found that are extremely good are these two, that one, and then the stealth strike from above. Because I play more into the stealth game, so the stealth for me is one of the ability I use almost all the time. And then of course on the right side, so most of these are sword and dagger type. On the right side, most of these are based on the bow, and to a certain extent, these are also stealth. So I love this stealth drain. So so I find those things most useful to me. Again, it depends on your play style. So not everything is equal. And of course, our hero. Another thing about this game is that our hero is really very powerful. Like this, he can just jump down, and then holding on, hold R2, press and hold R2 will allow us to go into a stealth mode. Then anytime we go into a bush, we're stealth. And then they also give us the triangle button to attract monsters. The reason for this is that, again, like I said, they are usually grouped together. There's orcs are grouped together. So if you come upon a group of them and you can stealth like this into a bush, you can actually go forward like this, right? And you see the outline, and then push the triangle button, and we leave a small vestige of our shadow. So he's closer by now, and we attract him again. And then when he comes close to us, pressing square, and we do a stealth kill. This I have found to be a fantastic ability. So always going into stealth, and then we can climb up here. Again, climbing is one of the, again, we do press and hold R2, press square, do another ledge kill. So these are skills that I find extremely valuable and would be helpful for us. And then on the minimap, you will see little white things like that, which is right in front of us. Those are plants. Those are medicinal plants. Over here is this red thing in here, right on the little map. You will see that. That also points us to another plant. All these type of plants will allow us to fully heal our character. So the minimap is very helpful in that regard. Another point to consider is that the orcs do not have a wide, what do you call this? Their aggro range is not very wide, in the sense that unless they are agitated, meaning they are, there has been an alarm that has been set off. Like, let's take this guy for instance. So okay, we can actually, once he is red like that and we're here, we have the stealth ability kill. We can just jump down on him and kill him. But just to test how narrow the aggro range of these guys are, we know he's in the tent, right? So we can just jump down from here. Oh, no. Okay, he's in that tent. Oh, like, look at that group of look at the group of orcs that are leading. See, we can always come up to them like this, assassinate this guy. Hey, they didn't notice.
Escaping slave.
So what he noticed was the escaping slave. We can run after this guy and then assassinate him again. So stealth in this game is fantastic. This guy I have already sub-orned, meaning we own this guy. Look at this. So we have sub-orned him, and that's another ability we can pick up in this game. The ability to sub-orn or to control orcs. Like this guy, see? We can easily run up to him and stealth kill him. So their aggro range is pretty straightforward. Like this guy is always, we're sideways to him and he cannot see us. So they make for easy experience kills. Like this. So, but we have not seen, and then okay, these are Caragors. I know those are something towards later part of the game. The player will learn how to ride them, how to fight them, but they are very, very tough. So, oh, what is that guy doing? Is that, oh, that guy's trying to, so once you have learned how to, that's why I'm used to moving around, and pressing X allows us to run. Oh, one final thing is that to interrogate, to gain intelligence on the captains, it is important to interrogate an orc. And the best way to interrogate an orc, see, like that guy, he saw us, right? Or he noticed us, so he knows something's different. So you'll see the triangle. See, we can approach him from the side and he doesn't know. And to interrogate this guy, R1 plus square, and we start interrogating him. And then we are given this choices. Dismiss is to finish it. Gain intelligence plus pressing X. And if we want to issue a death threat against a captain or a war chief, we press square. So by pressing X earlier, so we're going for intelligence. So by using our left stick to focus on this guy, we press X and we gain intelligence on the guy. So the intelligence shows us pressing R2. So this guy is a level 8 power. Pressing R2 will give us more. No, it's not giving us. Huh? Oh, so we need another intelligence to be able to find out his strengths and weaknesses. And then we can now have the option of killing him. Pressing square, we kill him. So that one. So that green thing on our minimap that we see right below us on the lower left hand corner, that means there is somebody with that's an Uruk. Oh, this is my favorite This is my favorite experience way of getting experience. So one after the other, we can finish them off. And then we will kill the one guy in front like this. And then get the intelligence on this guy. Okay, we get the intelligence on this guy. And now we can see, we will now get the intelligence on this guy, which we opened up before. Now we see his weaknesses and his strength. So that means the blue ones are his weaknesses, the red ones are his strength. So that means he is vulnerable to stealth, is vulnerable to combat finishes, he is clumsy, is vulnerable to mounted beast. He's invulnerable to range, so that means our bows cannot do anything to him. So that's the way we gain intelligence. And then again, kill this guy. So it looks like we attracted some attention of somebody, because that yellow thing, that yellow triangle that we saw, means that somebody has not noticed us. Now, if we can look at him and we can actually, we can brand one, is to dominate one. That's again a skill that we have to learn by pressing square or circle. We've branded this guy. Now we have sub-orned this guy. Okay. So the reason why stun is such a good skill is that, remember I said the stun, by using stun on this guy, then we can do a flurry. So by doing the stun, we can do the flurry, and that makes the fighting a lot easier. See, that's why the skill level stun on the upgrades here, on the upgrades, either this is the parry and this is the stun. So when we use the stun, by tapping the circle, we stun him and then we follow it up with square. It makes for an easy kill. Anyway, so those are the tips that I found helped me greatly in playing this game and actually enjoying the game. Like I said, the learning curve at the start of the game was very hard because I get mobbed all the time and my character dies. And when our character dies, we get 10 power points, but all the captains and all the war chiefs also grow up in power. So, you know, it makes the game not easier. Everybody goes up in power. So anyway, I guess that's it for the quick tips. I hope you guys were able to pick up something helpful in that process, and hope you will continue to follow my channel. Thank you. Bye.